Second week in a row without Rob. And do you think we did too much about our physical maladies? Is that the right last week?
You mean
I revealed too much, guys?
We revealed a lot on Patreon.
Too much.
We did a really gross Patreon just now, just the beginning, just the beginning of it. And then we kind of sailed into smoother waters. Hello, Jared, Nikki, Joseph, Hackman. A pleasure.
Oh man, Hackman, sorry about your grandpa dying.
Oh yeah, sorry to hear about that, brother. Damn, that bums me out. One less Hackman in the world.
Loved him in Hoosiers, though.
Incredible. What a speech. What a speech. Damn. Gene, what if we found out fucking Hackman was genuinely related to Gene Hackman? Would you have theories about that, by the way?
Well, here's the deal. We had a death pool. One day, everybody came over and we did psilocybin at my house. Okay. And we were like, Rob's like, let's do a death pool. Rob goes, I want Jimmy Carter. My friend Tim goes, that's bullshit. He's in high. He gets pissed. So Rob's like, all right, well, you can have Jimmy Carter if we can all have two people. He said, done.
Yeah.
So he takes Jimmy Carter. I take Gene Hackman. And I take Clint Eastwood.
God, that's a good pick. Clint Eastwood's a great pick.
Yeah. Now, I don't remember who everybody else took, but of course, I guess Carter died maybe about 60 days before Hackman.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he died about 2 months ago, right?
And let's be real. He wasn't helping with those houses very much. Towards the end, I'm not going to say he was really hammering a nail through those 2 by 4s.
So I know you've been getting in trouble because you can't see anything political whatsoever.
No,
but I will say,
God damn it, I don't want to end up back on Reddit.
One thing that cracks me up is I saw a picture of Jimmy Carter right before he died.
Well, looking great.
He's literally
look fucking better than Gene Hackman.
He's fucking mummified. He's laying.
His blood is powder.
He's at a barbecue. He's laying down. Okay, this is where Jimmy Carter is.
Yeah.
You see, okay, he voted. This guy voted.
All right. Hey, he's a living American citizen.
He did vote. Now, I mean, that seems a little questionable to me, but that's okay.
That's fine.
He voted.
But if you're not familiar with the story, obviously Gene Hackman passes away. Go watch The French Connection. And there was actually developments today in it about the wife.
Tell me.
Okay, so here's what's
I've
going
been
on.
doing the stories, but I'm, when I read the news,
A development was this afternoon, so you wouldn't have gotten it.
What I'm saying is, I look at the prep. If it ain't in the prep, I'm not doing any extra homework.
No, fuck no. You're doing us a favor by stepping.
I just go whatever it says, and Scott's always like, "Well, we're way past that now. There's all this other information."
You got what you got. Okay,
yeah.
You're coming in. You're doing us a favor. So anything you do, we're gonna make work. Josh Spiegel returns on Thursdays. We record this on the 4th of March. He'll be back on the 6th. So the story about Hackman dying, you find out that
not our Hackman.
Thank God. James checks out.
Yes.
I dive into the grave with him. Push dirt on me. So he's discovered by a housekeeper. He's dead. Wife's dead. A dog is dead. The dog was locked in a closet in the bathroom, which is fucking nightmarish to think about that dog's final days. And they hadn't been seen in a week. That talk about mummification, his extremities were mummified. She wasn't in great shape. Pills were strewn about the floor. I think they completely ruled out foul play for now. And they've ruled out carbon monoxide, which is most people's first thing.
Yeah.
Well, take this for what it's worth, but everyone around those two that said, while Gene Hackman in his last 6 to 8 months has almost been completely bedridden, that he became a real shut-in after COVID. I guess he was in bad shape. He'd be considered high risk in his condition.
Okay, yeah.
That he was pretty much a homebody. They say his wife, who was very much his junior, peak physical condition.
Oh, really?
Friends interviewed in and around say that this woman, his beautiful Asian wife,
good shape,
living the fucking best shape that she would run, she would lift, she was healthy as shit, and she's gone. So I'm beginning to wonder, like they've said, pills were strewn about. Were they antacids? Were they fucking oxys?
Right. Were they fentanyl pills?
Did they decide to just check out at the same time? I guess. I'm starting to think it was listen, I can't be here without you. You both want to just cross into the hereafter together.
Yeah.
And then as they're lying there half done, they go, oh, fuck, Sparky. And he's in the bathroom.
Here's the thing that I have a problem with. So Gene Hackman was dead, they say, for a long time. They're trying to speculate how long he was dead, but when they found him, he was long dead.
Long dead. Weeks and weeks, right?
Could he have died before Jimmy Carter? could I have won this thing?
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
And what that means is that, and that's going to be hard to do, because what that means is that Tim's going to have to refund everybody's money.
I need to carbon date the body.
And then everybody's going to have to pay me.
Okay, it sucks that these people are great. That would be hilarious, Silver Line.
I'm going to troll him right now.
Troll him right now.
Air.
Go, hey, lie to him. He's too dumb to look it up.
It's 100%.
Go. There's been developments. What was the date? Hold on. I'm going to look this up. This up. So Jimmy Carter died on what day? I'm going to look up Jimmy Carter. Right. Hold on. Jimmy Carter died on December 29th, 2024. Okay.
We have to pretend he was dead before that. Okay.
They think that he might have died around Christmas.
Okay, hold on a second.
The speculation. Go ahead.
Are developments in the Gene Hackman case. Period. It appears he has been dead since Christmas, and they just found the body. Period. Which means he died before Jimmy Carter. Okay, hold on. Here we go.
You owe me some money, motherfucker.
Tim, please refund everyone's money, and everyone, please send me my $20. Thanks, and have a good day. Okay, let's see how this
goes. Gonna go. You'll get a response you'll get a response before we do this. Before the Patreon tease.
I will 100%.
Oh my God. Yeah, good point.
By the way, I talked to text and spelled it Gene Hackman J. There goes my credibility.
Nah, shit, there it went.
I'm just gonna do the Gene with the star on it.
Yeah, Gene. Yeah, you did a voice to text. You're driving. Sorry, driving.
Yeah.
If they had a cat, they would have never found the body. Yeah, cat will eat your ass day one. Fucking day.
Well, the dog. One of the dogs was dead. Out of the. Yeah, that's. I don't want to.
The two dogs are wandering around fine. The other ones, and one was stuck in a closet, which is brutal. Hey, another thing. We talked about this a little bit on the Patreon. So March 22nd, I'm going to be doing a Q&A with none other than fucking Cal Ripken, or excuse me, the 27th of March, horseshoebeamer.com. I've been hired to do a Q&A alongside Cal Ripken.
You'll nail it.
Well, I had an idea. This could be the easiest thing in the world.
Go ahead.
I just sit there and I wait. And I'll come across as I misunderstood. I thought Cal Ripken was there to ask me questions.
If you let him in on that, because if you don't, I don't know.
I won't like it. But if I pull Cal Ripken aside and for the first 10 minutes, dude, if we do a bit, if he's got a sense of humor, which I bet he does, I go, hey, I just want him to ask, like, what was it like growing up in Charles County? And from what I understand, you've traveled and done stand-up with Harlan Williams.
God, the audience is going to be like,
boo! Fuck you! This is bullshit!
Oh my God.
I give out signed 98 Rock koozies, but it's my signature. Because some of these people are paying hundreds and hundreds for the VIP seating.
Hey,
with like a signed little bit of merch.
You'll do a question. They get many questions. Somebody's going to say, can I have an autograph? And you're like, well, certainly you can.
Absolutely. What do you got here? Let me go and sign that baby's fucking face. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna absolutely pull him aside and say, hey, how funny would it be? You start asking, and Cal stands up like, okay, does anybody have any questions for a special guest comedian? This nobody.
Yeah, I mean, he'll laugh at that idea. If he actually does it, if he allows you to do that. What a
legend.
Oh my God.
Dude, you know how I could backdoor this? I have fucking Keith pitch it. If I could have Keith Mills, who's helping me out alongside you, I have Keith be like, hey, dude, this will be really funny.
Yeah. He goes,
that's great.
He's going to say, my buddy's hilarious. How about we act like he thinks he's here to interview you?
Yeah. It'd be really funny. We just flip.
I hear you into Transformers. Is that true?
Oh my God. I have friends in there that are plants. Yes. Edwin. We got to have people that play. I have Tommy, I have Eric. It's on a Thursday evening.
Dude, I'm there.
Dude, come.
I'll go there.
My
I'll raise my hand and say.
So when you tape your special, did you know how many cameras you're going to use ahead of time? Great question.
I'll be like, there's rumors that you use in performance enhancers. Can you comment on
question.
that?
How about that next? From what I understand, you can't hear Depeche Mode without crying. Okay, can we go ahead and can we get it back on what we're talking about here? Holy shit, that's really, really funny.
Nothing back yet.
So, hey, if you listen to the Patreon, you know the deal. Developments in your life. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No more from mine. Those days are done, dickheads. So you have some changes in and around this place.
Yeah.
Well, I'm handing you the baton because third number down. Holy shit.
Well, okay. So I'm 56 years old.
Yeah.
Does it feel too old to have a roommate?
Nah. I've known people that have had roommates in their 60s.
I'm going to have a roommate.
You're about to have a roommate.
Yeah. I mean, It's a guy who's kind of going through something similar to what I'm going to.
So birds of a feather type.
Right.
So you're moving in with a guy.
So
okay, cool.
Let me ask you this.
Less likelihood of you two having sex.
It's a very, very unlikely.
Very unlikely.
Very unlikely. If it does happen, I will be under duress.
Yeah.
He will have forced himself.
If sex happens, you're not having sex. He's having sex.
I won't be able to. I won't be able to get out. Yeah. But here's what he said. First of all, I love the guy, right?
Okay.
And he goes, we'll figure out finances or whatever. I go, what does that mean?
No, there's a hard number.
No, is there? I don't know what it is.
Half.
What?
Clearly.
You think you should be paying for half of the mortgage?
Yeah.
You think you should pay for
I'm going to
half?
say the bills that are negotiable are cable, BGE. We'll talk about that stuff. If he's got his own account, all that. If he's a streamer, he has his own things. No, he has. I clearly can't go in your room, and you won't go into his. But there's going to be a communal kitchen.
No, of course, we're friends.
Yeah.
We'll probably be hanging out. But
okay.
You think that's the number?
Any woman I've ever lived with, it will be half.
You think I get more than half?
Probably. Does he know how much you pay for this place a month? Are you paying around that a month?
No, one more.
One more about that?
Yeah.
Charge him that. Charge him that.
You think I should charge him that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a fucking deal in this market.
No, I understand.
For where you live, how gorgeous this house is.
Yeah.
By the way, the fucking company.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going to do anything weird.
Yeah. He's bringing a smoker.
Oh my God. Yeah, that much. Okay. Your friends are fucking great.
Yeah.
We're going to fold his ass into the deal.
Yeah.
His best days are coming up.
You're right. They're ahead of him.
Easily.
You're right. Maybe I could do this. Maybe I could.
You make a fucking profit each month, dude.
Yeah.
I would do that.
What if he gets here and I'm like, well, this is what it is, and he's like, oh man, that sounds like a bargain.
Like, you're a friend. That's it. If you flash that number at him, you're like, listen, man,
I'm gonna give you a friend's discount.
People go through it. Anybody else off the street, I'm charging at least $5,000 to live here. But for you, not that much. So
no,
okay,
I don't. But I don't know how to start the conversation. I'm probably gonna say, "What are you thinking?"
No, to say
it's gonna make me uncomfortable, and then he'll probably say that, and I'm like, "Well, I wasn't thinking."
No, not to live here for that. No, he gets to live out back under the pergola for that. No, you live outside for that.
Nah, I love
Fuck
the guy.
out of here.
Yeah.
Oh God, there was a story I was about to tell, but I can't because people are snitches. So yeah, you clearly have the main bedroom. You have the main bedroom with a beautiful shower and then the bathtub around the corner. What will be his room? He will be,
okay, do you know as soon as you walk up the stairs to the left, that's where the mid is?
Yes.
I'm going to move the mid to the back bedroom, and then I'm going to let...
Because you have 1, 2, 3, 4 bedrooms in there, correct?
Okay. So as soon as you walk up the stairs, it's the one on the left, which is the mid's bathroom.
Yes.
That also has the biggest closet other than mine.
Oh, update. Hold on. You might need to tell this guy to find another place to stay. Brittany is asking, can I be your roommate? She's about done here.
Done? Yes, correct. Okay,
he's out. He's done.
And
Fuck
all those
live
numbers
on the street
we were throwing up, they don't.
Nothing. This does not apply to you.
They don't exist anymore.
$500. I'll help subsidize it. How about that? I'll kick you a couple of bucks each week. That'd be fun.
I don't ever remember you being here this much.
I'm here a lot. Hey, what's more, guys? Made you breakfast. I'm wearing your fucking boxers and shit like that. You're in. So welcome. You can be a part of this thing. Okay, so he's going to get that one bedroom, which is a nice sizable bedroom.
Yeah, and I'll move the mids to the back.
Okay.
Where the Peloton is.
What's in the old DLP office upstairs?
There's bunk beds in there.
Dig Dug and bunk beds?
And bunk beds. So
does he get to play Dig Dug?
So of course he can play as much Dig Dug,
dude,
unless he starts getting excellent.
$3,000
Once
easy
he starts getting excellent.
Unless he gets great. Okay.
No, but that will be another, because we have I have 3 midshipmen.
All right.
And actually I have 4 because the Devin who was on, by the way, I don't know if did we ever readdress that? You guys did a great job.
Oh, thank you. Yes, that you have a midshipman that would come here and hang out.
Yeah.
A friend of the one that you were putting up, and he wrote a song, the 1-year anniversary of his girlfriend, age of 16. We played it. We were going to make fun of it. Ended up loving it. Talked to him on the air. Great kid.
Right. And it was awesome. But he's not my mid. Now, you guys, when you guys talked to him.
We took 2 people and merged
but it didn't matter, because he's here all the time, right? But he's actually kind of my mid now as well.
All right. So he's here enough. How long do you have them until?
Until they graduate.
Which is how long?
4 years.
Oh, shit. So they're here for a while.
And this isn't, you don't graduate early from the Naval Academy.
No, you do the whole thing. You don't get early release.
I have 4 mids for 4 years. That's what I have.
So how many people are going to be here?
Well, here's the thing.
You, new roomie.
This is the way it works. We have 1 mid he never comes by. Matter of fact, I think he came by last weekend to pick up some stuff.
Okay.
So that he never comes.
Think he'd help you get that sauna set up?
I'm waiting for Eric to come, but that's a different story. So then I have Zach, and Zach is now a junior and he has his own truck. And so he's welcome to come by, but he never really comes by. Jackson and Devin, they're here all the time, right?
Okay.
They don't want to be at school. They want to be, and also Jackson, he's my boy because he's a quarterback. Eventually he'll be the quarterback for the Naval Academy, and that'll be a big deal to me. I'll go to all the games and all that stuff like that. Right. So that's my boy. But Devin's his boy. So now I have at least those two, but I've never had the problem where I had too many mids. I didn't have a place for them to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And if I had that problem, then we have a couch. I mean, there's things.
Someone's going to live comfortably. Yeah, you got a nice big California king. You stay on your side.
If something crazy happened by the way, it's also a bunk bed.
Yeah.
Two people can sleep in there.
God, I was thinking. Now, do you get anything for housing them?
Yes. Fuck. It costs.
It costs you shit.
Yeah, because I feed them all the time.
If you might be time to end this program. Because if you didn't have them, I'm dead serious. Second roommate. You got 3 people in here
rolling in cash.
This much each a month. Your fucking financial woes are over.
I don't have many financial woes, but that makes them really over.
They'll make them fucking over. We're getting the guac at lunch. Yeah, if that happens eventually, I mean,
if I only have one room for mids and it sleeps 2, I
deal with it. They're going to be living in barracks at some point. They're going to be in ships where spaces are the size of phone booths. That's going to look like Buckingham Palace compared to where they're going to be staying when they're stationed somewhere. So you might as well get used to being on top of each other.
Yeah, Brittany said, "Oh my God, you haven't set up the sauna yet." Well, I have.
It's right there.
It's all done. It's just the
tube.
Yeah, that's it. It's very little.
Fallopian tube.
Brittany, you're welcome to come over and help me set it up
and live here.
Yes, and we can spend some time.
And you can come and stay. But you clearly fit 2 of us in there.
Oh yeah,
stop on by.
Easily, we'd fit.
Show us what you'd wear if you were happen to be in the thing. Ariel, you too, Steph, James, all of you, everyone. Tits out. Nikki, hope you and the husband are well. Found out you guys live near a swingers place called the Cottage. That's a true story. Our friend Nikki apparently lives in some fucking Branch Davidian compound in the middle of nowhere in some small town. And on the outskirts of it is a swingers club called the Cottage.
Is that the one we were talking about today?
The one we were talking about today is a private residence that they host in different places. But we were just talking about small towns. And she's like, yeah, this is where I live. And I said it on air. And someone's like, there's a swingers club on the outskirts of town. It looks like a fucking barn. And the people that go into it look like they belong in a fucking barn. I did a little more research on the Cottage. 2s, man. Fucking 2s.
Here we go. I got a response. My friend Phil said, I think Tim's good for now. If they change Hackman's official date of death, it's a pretty good argument. But the bet's been paid. I'd still be on Tim's side.
Who's that from?
This is from Phil. Who's
okay.
He actually thinks so I got to side text him now to let him know that this is all right. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm gonna literally tell him, hold on. Trolling Tim.
Okay.
Change your mind and say you agree with me. Okay, so so that
have everybody agree just to piss off Tim.
Yes. So we'll let you know how it's going.
So not only do you got a new roommate coming in, what are some of your, before we get into the other situation with the other person you're going to have in, what are your concerns about a roommate? Like, are you familiar with what's going on with Marianne Perry, our afternoon traffic host? Okay.
Tell me.
You know what? We're going to jump to a Patreon clip early and get into it on the other side. This is from the most recent Dork Dynasty with myself, Chris Like-A-Lot, and Eric Woodworth.
You just said Chris Like-A-Lot, by
God damn it, did I? Carlheim. Sorry, I talked to Like-A-Lot earlier today about something. Him and I are going to a show soon. Chris Carlheim. Not a man you want to cross. So Marianne Perry has sold her home, and she's getting a place, and she's getting a roommate. Do you know when Marianne Perry is meeting this roommate?
Okay, let me think. It's strange.
Yes.
Okay. Midnight.
The day she moves in.
Okay.
She's meeting this woman for the first time.
Right.
Finding out about.
Have they spoken on the phone? Have they had a
they've
Zoom
emailed,
call? Okay.
And I think they've had a phone call. But there's the guy that you know, and I am aware of him. There's some compatibility. finding someone out of the fucking classifieds.
Oh, yeah.
And I have a room. Come on in. You got a good read on people. I got a good read on people. Within seconds, sometimes you go, oh, this is going to be a single white female thing. Yeah. Or, oh my God, listen to the way you slurp your drink.
Nothing you can do about it. Once they're there.
And
with the U-Haul, with all their stuff.
We talked to her about this on the air and fucked her head up about it. Like we presented all these things. We're like, listen, we love you. You're Marianne Perry. We care for you. You're the Tony Thornton of afternoons, and you're just moving in with someone that might turn your skin into a fitted sheet. You don't know anything about them. And that's clearly the worst case scenario, an Ed Gain style individual. But small things. Are you clean? Do you clean up after yourself? Or do you have an odor?
Did you wipe off the counter after you put crumbs all over
I moved in with that fucking psycho girlfriend of mine in my early 20s, ones that failed out of St. Mary's College.
Okay.
The one that lived with me for the summer.
And she continued to tell her parents she was going to college.
And just stayed with me.
Lived in your house and had her friends over.
That's the thing.
Men.
I'd come home. There'd be 6 people in my apartment. And I would working in an ad agency. So I'd come home, a fucking suit and tie, low man on the totem pole, $22,000 salary. And there's these fucking hippies in my living room, literally with like bongos and shit. And one of them's knitting a dream catcher. And I'm like, can I talk to you in the other room? Why is there a guy with no shirt on strumming fucking Dave Matthews Satellite on my sofa? I'm like, oh, I went to school with them. And her bit was, I have friends over constantly. And that drove me insane.
Now, let me ask you this.
So she's going to deal with some stuff. There's quirks she doesn't know
for
about.
sure.
Yeah.
Now go back to this girl. Have you looked her back up on social media?
Often, yeah. Guess where the last time I saw her was? For 3 seconds on a Netflix documentary.
About
hot yoga.
Oh, you did tell me that. And the guy was like raping people.
Yeah, he's a fucking cult leader.
Yes.
Okay. It's called Bikram yoga.
Yes. And she was in
one of the big scenes where there's a retreat and this fucking scumbag wannabe love guru pervert who's pulling his greatest acolytes into the back room and is dicking him down. She talked this guy up like it was the second coming of fucking Krishna.
Oh, I'm was on board.
Positive this guy was piping her out at some point well after we met.
Now,
can I tell you why we met a year or so after we broke up?
Why?
We made a sex tape on VHS and I gave it back to her. It was the right thing to do.
It was the right thing.
It was on VHS and I remember finding it and being like, hey, I found this. You should probably have this. And I was going to Philadelphia to do stand-up at Helium, and I met her in a park, and it was very cold. And in front of me, we both broke the thing.
She was a bitch to you after you did that?
Complete twat.
Remember,
this is the one that came at me with a fucking steak.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying is that for you to do, you didn't have to do that.
No, but I just...
But you did, and so why is she being a bitch?
Because she was a bitch. Because she was just a miserable, fucking undiagnosed sociopathic disorder bitch.
I know I've told this story.
God, she sucked.
I know I told the story. You're aware that I have a friend whose ex-wife was murdered. You're aware of that.
I am. The tape, by the way, 45 minutes ass eating, 2 minutes of fucking. It was not a good.
You give it one quick watch before you give it.
Yeah, what for old time's sake.
I checked it out, so everything's on there.
I'm like, you need to take.
So, if I've told this story on here, it has to be at least 5 years ago. So, there's some new listeners who might not know this. I have a friend, shout out Ken. He was married to a woman named Beth. Okay. Beth was married before Ken. So Ken was her second marriage. She was on her third marriage, and that marriage failed. This guy that she married, he was the CEO of a company called J-Bill. They were, I think they were Fortune 500. I know they were. Here's why. Because his nickname was the Fortune 500 Killer. We'll get to that. So,
this is like some true crime stuff.
You can watch it on True Crime.
No shit.
Yes.
Okay.
If you Google the Fortune 500 Killer, you'll see a news report of this happening. Now, let me tell you the story. That you don't know the story?
I don't know.
You'll like this. Okay.
I love this. I love True Crime.
So here's what happens.
I'll be a part of this one.
This is my friend Ken's ex-wife.
Wow. Okay.
She's now split up with her third husband, who is the Fortune 500 Killer. That's who, you'll find out why in a minute. She's there now with another dude. She's in her house, or it's a gated community. This guy somehow makes his way through the gate. She calls 911. This guy comes in with a gun. He knows the guy because the guy works at the same company. He says, sit on the bed, Jerry. Okay. Shoots the guy in the head. It's on the 911 call.
Right.
Okay. Now, granted, what would you do if someone came in here right now and said, hey, Justin, and shot me in the head? What would you do? You'd probably fucking scream for your life, right?
Freak the fuck out.
Right. Yeah. You know what she said?
Nothing.
She goes, what the fuck's wrong with you?
God, she's ice cold.
That's
amazing.
That's what.
God,
what the fuck's wrong with you?
That's a tough chick.
He then turns the gun on her and he kills her. Okay.
Oh shit,
So
that sucks.
It's a double homicide. Now, there is some.
And I'm sorry if I missed this. Why did he kill him initially?
I guess because of jealousy.
Because of him. Okay, so the guy that came in that shot him was her ex.
That's her ex-husband.
Okay, that's okay. So that's the time.
So, here's what they do. It's very similar to the put it here, OJ. Try this glove on to see if it works.
Okay.
So what they do is they have him say, "Sit on the bed, Jerry." By the way, you can see this if you're listening, guys. Feel free to.
I'm going to watch this weekend.
The Fortune 500 killer. Go to videos. You'll see a newscast. They have him on the witness stand, and they're saying, "Hey, say sit on the bed, Jerry," and he's going, "Sit on the bed, Jerry."
Sit on the bed, Jerry.
He won't say it.
What was the line at the beginning of Usual Suspects? They made him all say.
Oh,
what was it?
Oh yeah, when he read the thing.
What the fuck was that line? I can't remember.
But anyway, so he literally, and it's so clear that he's saying it in a weird way to make sure it's like nobody would go, sit on the bed, Jerry.
Sit on the bed, Jerry.
Sit on the bed, Jerry.
Sit on the bed.
God, he was so fucking hilarious.
Sit on the Jerry, you.
Okay, but I will tell you this. When they found the guy who found out she was murdered is a guy that worked in the same industry as me back then, selling semiconductors.
Yeah.
Shout out, his name was Patrick Putterball.
That's the business that I continue this day to tell people you sold the business for millions.
That's right. I sold it for nothing.
I fucked that all.
All right. So he calls me up and he goes, hey, I need to get a hold of Ken. Do you have his number? I go, yeah, I have his number. Why? He goes, well, you remember Beth? I go, yeah. He goes, well, she was murdered. I go, she was? Jesus. He goes, yeah. So Ken doesn't know. I go, well, maybe I should tell him, right?
I'll let him know.
So I literally,
she got a little lippy.
I call him. I go, hey man, I mean, I don't know how to break this to you, but he had a new wife at the time.
Yeah, so he's good. He's moved on.
Yeah, well, kind of. He was trying to then reconcile that thing, right?
Okay.
That ended up not working out, but doesn't matter. And I go, hey, just so you'll know, Beth was murdered. Right?
Yeah, your fucking ex got clapped, dude.
So he's like, you're sad, but I mean, he's got his own thing going on.
Is it insensitive? Is it insensitive to name the episode "Sit on the Bed, Jerry"?
No, sit on the bed, Jerry.
Sit on the bed, Jerry. Sit on the bed, Jerry.
Yeah.
So getting back to your roommate, what is something that that's a fucking, I can't wait to watch it. It's fascinating. I love that true crime shit. What is a thing that could be either a bridge too far? This guy, you've been to lunch with him.
Yeah, I mean, by the way, honestly, I'm not concerned.
This is going to be great.
It really is.
Okay.
I guess if he was a sloppy guy, yes. Like even right now, my house is there's too much clutter in the kitchen.
And it still looks as nicer than any other friend's house I
step
into.
But if he's a sloppy guy, I don't see that about him. But if he's dirty, if he's but other than that, I mean, obviously he was listening to loud music, till 3 a.m. Obviously, if he was traipsing strangers in and out of here, right?
I was going to ask, what's the rule on company?
I mean, if he wants to, the rule is he can have people by, right?
Okay. Yeah. It's his place too.
Yeah. I don't
just run it by you.
I don't even know. Why would you run it by me? You live here. You pay to live here.
You do pay to live here, but it is different. You are in the power position because he is living with the owner of the home. So you are still in sort of the seniority of ownership to where not every single time. You're not a taskmaster. But let's just say he wants to come up. Maybe he could be like, hey, you mind coming home a little bit late from your show tonight? I might be, having a friend over. Or something
but I mean, shouldn't, only like for me, if I come home and I see that he has a girl there, I will fucking get out of the room and see if he can't lure her wherever he's, if I was saying I would allow for that.
Does he like dogs?
Yeah.
Thank God. Okay.
Yeah. So, obviously there are things that he could do that would be a problem, but what I believe is a real thing that he could actually do. I mean, not much. I mean, if, I guess if he was not a clean person.
Have you had roommates in the past? At any point in your life?
Yes, when I the
non-relationship roommates.
No, right. Yeah. I had a house. I still do. I've owned it since 1991. The house I have in Glen Burnie. I used to live there with Tim.
Okay.
Who? Let's see if he responded to
anything yet.
Let's see. Hold on. There's something here. All right. Wait a minute.
We got him on the hook.
Yeah, I think so. Hold on. Here we go.
All right.
Sorry, I know we're. Oh, it's a lot. Okay.
Yeah, read it.
Okay. The more I think about it, if there's news that said he died before, Tim should do the right thing. Okay, so
hell yeah. I was gonna piss him off.
So Tim gets mad. He says, "This cherry."
Okay.
He says it's a tough call, and then he said, "I'm not in on it. I'm just arbitrating." I think some of the new friends were involved too, which is true, right? Yeah. The Jason Minzer group or whatever. Not paying anything. Tim's mad, right? And then people are saying $60 swing for Tim. It's the right thing to do, though. You're a good man, Tim. So they're encouraging him to pay. Right?
Yes,
he's starting
into it.
He's starting to get furious. He just moved our friend Vegas up on. He moved him up on the hate rankings.
Okay,
Tim always puts out hate rankings.
He has
or whatever.
Hate ranks, yeah.
So that's where we are right now. We'll see if we can't trick him into
now a great question here, Britt. You ask good questions. What if this guy likes to like make his coffee in just shirt and socks, like states of undress? Right now, you're
like if I see his cock,
like if you see his fucking, he's walking around in boxers and shit, like his nuts are fucking swinging around.
I don't. I mean,
I had a roommate when I first.
I wouldn't like him to be walking around naked. I wouldn't like that.
When I moved to Parkville, the first place I ever lived in out of Waldorf, I moved to Parkville behind Valentino's restaurant. It was basically a boarding house, 4 rooms, 4 people in each room. But there was a guy there, and he wasn't in bad shape, but he wore BVDs, like tighty-whitey BVDs, and he fucking walked around on the regular with them. And he stopped doing it when we got one roommate out and it was replaced by a woman. He stopped, and he did the right thing. He walked around like gym shorts, but he was real comfy walking around in his fucking whiteys.
That's a bad look anyway.
I didn't like it.
But even if he didn't walk around in them, who's still wearing, other than Eric Woodworth, who's still wearing tight? Do you know anybody who wears tighty whiteys?
Well, he doesn't wear whiteys, but Scott does wear briefs.
But doesn't he have the one that come down?
No,
like
they're
boy
fucking
shorts?
No. They are tighty whitey.
He's got the genuine jockeys.
Genuine fucking jockeys, but they're made of like this real soft bamboo stuff that he likes. So it's not like a shitty 10-pack at Target type underwear. He buys these things online. And man, they're struggling to keep that thing in. I've shown it to me a couple of times. But they have that cut. So to see, but also I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth here, because I would leave the kitchen where this roommate was at making mac and cheese and his fucking BVDs. Like, what the fuck? I'm gonna go in my room and turn on Monday Night Raw, where they're all wearing that same cut in the ring.
But somehow it's better.
Somehow it's okay because there's stunners and tables and people are taking light tubes to the face. That I didn't mind.
Mac Burke's in the chat. Too much Joe as always.
We got him because we got no Rob tonight.
There's only 2 of us, you dick.
Yeah, there's only us 2 tonight. I swear to God, full power again next week. Rob will be back. Stories and tales from Vegas. So you got a new roommate and you now have a new tenant.
No, I have a tenant in
a tenant situation. Excuse me.
I do. I don't know if this is interesting, but I will say that. By the way, if anybody's ever been a landlord before, if their tenant stops paying, it's a goddamn nightmare.
Sorry, we got breaking news here. We're gonna get into it in a second. Brittany's saying, I could never have a roommate. I'm very liberal with clothing, especially in the summer. Fuck you, man.
What do you mean you couldn't have a roommate?
Why don't you, Britt, do me a favor. On the weekends, go around and just start smacking homeless guys with ribeye steaks while they're sleeping. Just go around and
flash a bunch of cash at them too.
Yeah, go by and just fan them with hundreds and then rub a lobster tail back across their face. Take a handful of ramen noodles and just dust their face with them and then back in the bowl and go, none for you, driver, leave.
Take a bottle of Jack and pour it out in front of them.
Yeah, rub it on an alcoholic's gums and then rinse it with water, because that's essentially what you're doing right now. So anyways, you got a tenant situation.
Yeah, I mean, this is okay. I don't know how interesting this is, but the amount of money that she owes me now is an ungodly amount of money.
You told me the amount. I won't get into monies unless you do, but it's an amount that, let's just say, she owed you $5.
Yeah,
say she owed you $5 and she wasn't able to pay that $5. And the 5 turned to 10 and the 10 turned to 20. If she wasn't able to pay $5, The amount she now owes you
Yes.
it's such a chasm.
This is what happened. So I filed the paper, and she was the sheriff even called me and said, let's schedule the eviction.
The sheriff.
It was done. She was going to move out. However, there's this organization that helps people out. And if you have one of these documents, they'll pay up to that amount.
Okay.
Okay. Now she owed me.
She owed you
that amount.
Yeah, that's a significant amount more.
But I'm like, oh, cool.
It's better than nothing.
I'm like, all right, well, I get this. And now it's only this. But now it takes 60 days to move her out. So now it's this.
Yep.
And this,
and now it's all stacking back up.
It's back up. So I have to now file again to have her evicted. And I'm wondering if we get to a point where it happens again, is she going to go back to the same organization and get that amount? And I'm like,
also when people, I should not associate these. It's so much money. That's so much money. Shit stresses me out.
Yeah.
rwmaryland.com, Renter's Warehouse. You can't buy happiness, but you can rent it. They're fucking for real. I shouldn't make this connection. But when someone is that level of financially irresponsible, and I guess just from my own run-ins with people that are like that in my own world, that there's other levels of irresponsibility in their lives that I wonder the condition of the home when they're finally gone. Someone that's someone that can't afford that. When you go in there, is everything going to be in tip-top shape? Are you going to have to fucking rip out drywall? Is there going to be fucking fruit juice spilled on the carpet? When's the last time you actually went in there and looked at the apartment?
It's been a while.
Like, I like define a while.
A year at least, right? So
Man.
It's not an apartment, it's a townhome. But
Excuse me.
But that's the thing. It's like when you rent in the neighborhood where the house is, it's almost like the home's probably going to get trashed. I don't think can avoid
the home's going to get
I think the only thing I
wrecked.
can do is fix it when they're gone, which normally I didn't
at least
care,
that's expensive
because but just paint and carpet, right? But when I had the person in there before, she stayed for 13 years. So that was nice. And then I used the program that I guaranteed to get paid. I changed programs because I was able to charge more rent. And then that program halfway through goes, all right, we're done. We're not
doing this anymore. Bye.
So I went to the tenant. I go, what do you want to do? She goes, I want to stay. And I go, okay, well, you have to pay. And then she just
I'm gone. Was this the place that had those strange beetles?
No, not beetles. They were German cockroaches.
German cockroaches is what they were.
I wish they were beetles.
Beetles are much cuter.
Yes.
Yeah, German cockroaches.
Yeah.
The guy's like, yeah, if you see one, there's a billion
That's
of them.
what he said. I said, hey, I need somebody to come over, take care of this. He goes, well, you're fine. Take a picture of them as long as they're not German. As long as they're not the German
And that's exactly what they are.
And I sent a picture and they
Little
go,
Charlie Chaplin mustaches.
Yeah.
They fucking hate Jewish
he was
cockroaches.
like, oh shit.
That sucks. Yeah, I'm worried about the condition of this place when you finally get it back, because you get some people, by the way, money stresses people out. So she's not sitting in a state of relaxation. She's probably in a level of stress. Who knows what they do when shit gets all stressed out?
Well, that's the thing.
Someone's putting holes in fucking walls. Someone's like, ain't my place. Let me tear the fucking microwave off its moorings.
Well, she does this thing where she's like, I'll pay you on this date and this date. And then the first date comes by and she goes, okay, it's going to be this date. And that date goes by. She goes, okay, it's going to be this date. And I go, listen, if I don't have it by this date, I'm going to the courthouse. I'm going to file the eviction papers. And they just get ghosted.
Can you rent again? If you're say she goes to rent somewhere, that's on her record. Someone's going, okay, let's look at your renter history. They needed to call the authorities to get you out of the last place. We're not renting you.
Know the answer. I don't know.
I would look at that on the rap sheet and go, no, there's no fucking way. You weren't able to pay anything. You're going to live in a tent.
Well, if I had to do it over again, clearly I wouldn't have done it. I would have gone back to the old program, Section 8, which is, look, I know people are like, oh, that's Section 8 housing. That's not how it works. If you have a property, you can make it Section 8 eligible, and then anybody with a voucher can come and they can get assistance with their rent.
Yeah.
The thing about that place is they guaranteed, and if your tenant didn't pay their portion, you're out of the program.
Yeah.
This one, they just decided they weren't going to help this lady anymore, and now as a result, I don't have any money, and they're over there. You know what I mean? I'm out whatever that amount is.
That shit is so frustrating to me, because I'll hear you tell me this story. Josh does stories. The two examples we did in the JSS News not long ago of the one lady that got arrested trying to evict someone out of her apartment in New York
all the time. Yeah.
And then the one guy that was able to get internet connection to a mansion, like in the same neighborhood as like LeBron James.
Yeah.
And he threw like huge raves in there, but because he got the cable company to come out there and hook up cable and put it in his name, that technically the apartment in some weird roundabout Californian fucking way it became his. It took them a year and a half. How do you not go in there with a net, fire a fucking rubber bullet at their chest and drag them into a van? You don't live here.
And Maryland is a state, they aren't very landlord friendly in Maryland. In Maryland, they want to know if you go to court and you're the tenant and I'm the landlord, all they do is tell you all the things that you can do to me. And then
I know there's certain states like Oklahoma and Wisconsin, and I think like Alabama and Tennessee, that after we did the one about the mansion, that we read like some renters' rights, that if you're the landlord, you can be like, you have 48 hours to get out. And they're like, oh shit, okay, yeah. It's weird how the coasts are like that and the flyovers aren't. I don't know what could be possibly different. So let me tell you something very, very funny today. Evan gets in the car and he's fucking clearly like he's got a case of the giggle fits. And I go, what's so funny, pal? Is that we got to get away from the school drive. I'm like, okay, what'd you do? Okay, is another fucking drawing? And he goes, I got to see 2 kids go to the principal's.
Oh, hell
I'm like, oh, hell yeah, what happened? What happened? There was a fight.
Oh, awesome.
Like, yes, what happened? It wasn't involving you. It goes, no, I sit 2 rows away.
Can I ask a question? Are they allowed to break up fights? Because every time I see a fight online, the teachers aren't able to break the fights up.
I don't know. What
Maybe that's when they're
older. When they're older, like,
yeah.
no, this kid's like, oh, I'm not breaking up that fight. That guy was just staying on Justin's
maybe it's
couch
a
for 4 days.
liability thing. But
no, I'm not breaking up with that guy. But these kids are fucking Evan's size. And they, what he told me is he said, I'm going to make up 2 names. There's a kid named Mike and a kid named Lucas.
Okay.
And I guess Mike, during, I guess, their version of study hall when they have nothing to do, there's like one chunk of the day where they can draw or read or play games or fucking whatever, that Mike kind of tilted his head back a little bit and Lucas walked over and farted into his mouth.
Ooh.
And Mike woke up and punched him in his asshole as hard as he could, causing him to cry because I think he caught some balls.
Okay.
So there's a fart in mouth, ball, and butthole punch. It checked every box
for hilarity
of every food group that Evan finds funny. And he is just delighted to tell me.
And the kid cried?
Yeah, apparently he got fucking an uppercut so nice right down in the chode that the kid just burst into tears. And
how old are these kids? 8, 9?
Probably between 8 and 10.
Okay, between 8 and 10.
Yeah. And there's some kids in there that you're starting to see a size differential. I don't know who these 2 kids are. The names that he told me for real, like they didn't ring a bell. But I mean, there's kids in there. I'm like, you're clearly 4. Oh, he's 9? Shit. And there's another kid. I'm like, well, you're the teacher's 8. Oh, you're fucking 8. That's insane.
Now, here's the thing. Like, I remember growing up and seeing fights in school. There weren't a lot of fights, but I remember every one of them.
A lot of shoving matches.
I remember
never
every one of them.
Ooh, I saw a lot of fights in high school.
High school, I didn't.
At high school, I did. High school was where I saw the most fights.
You know, I was suspended for fighting. Do you know that?
You told me this. Yeah.
All right, then I won't repeat it. But
the one story about the relative with me having to pick them up.
No, tell me.
Oh, they'll probably come back to you. You're getting a Patreon story on the regular because it's too late to turn back. But someone I'm related to, after I graduated high school, they were still in high school, and taller, bigger, but quiet. Okay. I mean, you met them before. A little heavier set, but that kid that was so large, but they kind of wish they were smaller. Carl Heim has often said he wishes he was much smaller because he stands out in ways he didn't wish he did.
Maybe 6 inches shorter, but not too crazy.
7.5 inch pecker though. But I guess what happened to this relative, I get a call saying, you need to get down here and you need to get down here now. There was a fight. There's authorities. Parents are being called. We can't get a hold of this person's parent. Get down here. And I get down there and there's police and one police officer and there's people in there and there's a kid in the other room fucking wailing.
Oh,
and I mean wailing.
Okay.
Like,
he's seen the face of Satan.
What happened was that this relative was at his locker, and I guess this little shit comes up behind him, and this relative liked wearing. He was bigger, so he wore a lot of like and one basketball shorts, a lot of basketball short looks, and he got pantsed.
Oh, okay.
And just right there, locker, just right off, and immediately it's fucking high school, so the laughs happen. Well, the kid that did it is probably 80 pounds lighter.
Oh.
So what he did, it was my relative, was he just backed up into him. He just literally like got his shorts and pancaked him against a wall. He used his weight to pin him, and his arm was basically underneath of his armpit, his bicep, and his rib. His arm was sticking in here, and he pinched it, and he got it. So this kid's arm is like right here. Snap, 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 snap. He passed out from the pain after the fourth finger snap. He grabbed his hand and broke every finger on his left hand. And the kid passed out from essentially pain and shock.
I bet he didn't do it again.
The kid didn't come back to school that year.
Oh my God.
And this relative was suspended for quite some time.
Suspended? I would assume they
didn't get expelled.
They didn't.
No, he didn't get expelled, but he had to attend some classes.
Yeah.
And he had to do some stuff. But I had to sit in there, and this kid was in the other room when he finally came to. Hand was fucking mangled. This kid, I mean, take like a 10th grade hand, which is not fully developed. And you know, the kid had been going through something. Okay. I think we know. Okay. Which we talk about quite a bit during Quiplash with me. Okay. So he's in a dark spot.
Okay. Got it.
The world has betrayed him.
Things hadn't been going his way up until that point.
Were set in motion.
And
that
this
would
guy,
fuck him up
he
forever.
literally ignited a powder keg, is what he did.
Basically. And it wasn't a fight. It wasn't a fight.
No,
it was a mauling.
It was it was a lesson.
It was a lesson. And as it was described to me by a counselor there, that the kid in the other room passed out from shock.
What how old are they at this point?
They're 10th grade, so they're
in the 10th grade.
16.
So they saw all the junior, all the senior. That kid, he's never pantsed anyone in his entire life since. That's the last person he ever pantsed.
No, he never pants anybody. No. By the way, not the guy you want to pants. Okay, this relative of mine. You mad? He's got some fucking heft to him. Imagine a very quiet, demure Eric Woodworth with 10 times the rage of a Chris Carlheim burning in him because life has not done well. And just, God, a good high school fight, a really good high school fight hit the spot. There was never any that I remember that were full on like pugilistic, hands up, ooh, good follow up, nice jab. No, it was just always a grapple and just a whirling dervish of hair and clothes being torn and some counselor running in 30. They never lasted any longer than 30 seconds.
No, they were very, very short. And I don't ever remember seeing anybody getting like super hurt. I don't remember that.
No.
Not in these fights. They were broken up very quickly. But again, I think it's different now because, first of all, I remember breaking up fights. I remember that.
I never broke up a fight.
I've definitely broken up many fights, clear fights between my friends. I've broken up a lot of those. Break those up. But now, not only are the teachers not breaking it up, but all the students are documenting it. They don't care if they want.
Oh, they're all filming. No. This is going to get clicks. Oh my God, I tell you about a fight I almost got in my adult life, and you're not going to believe the person. Do you know Steve Huber and I almost got in a fight once?
Really?
Because of hallucinogenics.
You didn't know what was actually happening, is what you're saying.
We didn't know what was happening. And he, I think, had a misinterpreted slight in his place. And we overshot the landing badly.
Okay. Do you guys talk about this ever?
Yeah, we joke about it. Like, what happened? What the fuck happened that night?
Right.
To this day, we don't know. But I do remember distinctly, we've been in his garage.
Was he the one that was like, I don't like what you just did? Or was it you that's like,
No. He came to me. He's like, okay, do we need to have a fucking talk? Do you and I need to have a fucking, I remember him going, do you and I need to have a fucking talk?
Were you like, what?
I'm like, wait, what? He goes, do we have a problem? I'm like, what
was he just out there imagining things, or did you actually say something that was misinterpreted?
I might have. We were tripping so hard that the waves would come on, and you'd have to just fucking steady yourself for a while. I remember thinking, this isn't fun.
Yeah.
On the way up was great. The peak was horrible, and that's when it happened. And on the way down, and both of us later on were like, what was that?
Sorry, bro, or whatever.
And he's like, I don't know. We don't even to this day. I don't know what I said.
Well, a lot of different. I think I told the story on 90 Rock today. So I had an interaction at Randolph's Mardi Gras party. Shout out Randolph Rice.
Hell yeah.
With this, it's the end of the night. I would say, no exaggeration, 90% of the crowd is gone.
Okay.
And I'm there with Scott Reardon and Joe Stamboni. And of course, the great Randolph Rice. There's this lady, she's probably my age, and she's fucking hammered.
Yeah.
And of course, what do hammered women think that they are? They think that they're
the funniest people in the room.
And also
they're
interesting,
charismatic.
right?
Everything I say is fucking funny.
So I was letting her have whatever. I don't even remember what she was saying. I wasn't fucked up, right?
Yeah.
But I whatever, she was drunk and she was talking, whatever. Well, this guy comes over and he's even older than me, and they're kind of close to one another, whatever.
Yeah.
And he says something about saying something to her that morning. I'm like, oh, are you guys married? She goes, why do you fucking care?
Jesus.
I go, what? She goes, what business is it of yours? I go, well, and I'm like, and
what's happening right now? How did this escalate?
Right. And I'm like,
full well knowing, by the way, prior to you saying that, she had been asking a series of intensely
personal questions. Well, this is a different woman, but it still applies.
Okay, never mind. I misunderstood.
It still applies. Okay, it still applies. But the point is that I think she thought she was being funny, but in my head, I'm like, am I in an argument right now? Like, what's happening right now? I got
to get in the 3-point stance?
And all of a sudden, the guy, by the way, I don't even know if they were married or not. I have no idea. He's like, yeah, right. So he starts making a joke, which lets me off the hook. And I'm like, because it almost got awkward. And the last thing I wanted to do is have an argument with somebody that clearly she was invited to Randolph's party.
So they're all people. There's no fucking slubs there. These are all people of society. We're the
lowest. Yes,
we're clearly the bottom rung.
Yes, we are the scum.
Right? I joked on air this morning. I half expected somebody to toss me their keys and say, "Bring it around."
Yeah, but that happened to me. And by the way, that's happened to me in the not too distant past. I mean, that's happened to me a lot. So maybe I'm the common denominator. But a lot of times I'm like, are we still joking?
Yeah. When did this get serious?
Is this happening?
This thing took a turn that one of us didn't want it to take. And I've been responsible, by the way, for being the person that's misinterpreted or got way up in my feelings. I'm like, oh, fuck, I took it to a serious place. I shouldn't have. And I felt terrible.
And by the way, if somebody's drunk, I give them a wide berth because I know this isn't them.
You're talking to the vodka.
I also don't know her.
Yeah.
And whatever. But she started coming at me. And I'm like, now.
That was the very first question you'd asked.
Now, I'm going to tell. I told this story on the air, but I'm going to tell it much more candidly.
Okay.
The woman that we met before that.
Yeah.
Okay. Very briefly, because we talked about this on 98 Rock. She obviously knew who Scott was. It was annoying because she walked up and she goes, you're on which one are you? Which one are you? Now she knows who he is. And so this is her letting him know you aren't that big of a deal because I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
Okay. You're not a big deal to me. That's really what she's saying.
She's saying, I don't know who you are. So if you're under the impression that you think we all know, we don't.
Meanwhile, she came up to you and she goes, I don't even really listen to radio. So that's what we do for a living.
I don't use your fucking industry.
Right. So it's like, God, and then everything. This is about me. This is another thing about
Good
me.
on Scott for getting harassed, by the way, being like, what a shitty thing to say to somebody.
He got it. He got into her ass. Okay. However, he asked a question. She asked a question, and I can't really reveal this question, but she asked a very, very personal question to Scott and then turned around and asked that personal question to me. And when she asked it to me, I gave her an answer that would make her hair blow back.
Yeah, that was absolutely fucking knocked her wig off.
Right. Okay. So she got my answer, and then the night that was probably within 5 minutes, the night's over. Within 5 minutes of her asking that question. And she leans in my ear and she says goodbye to me and she whispers something in my ear, says something in my ear only for me to hear. And I didn't hear any of it except for suck dick. Okay. Now I'm not suggesting that she was saying that she wanted to suck my dick. I'm not saying that.
No.
What I'm saying is that whatever she said had the word suck and dick in it.
This conversation that is absolutely suck dick.
And I didn't catch it. But once she said that and she started walking away, I couldn't go, hey, wait.
Whoa.
What
Run
did
that
you
by
say?
one more time in my good ear.
What did you say to me?
You talked to the clogged
one.
Did you say
something about sucking a dick?
You should have just yelled that out. I'm sorry. All I got was suck dick from that.
I didn't. So I have no idea what was said. And I'm not suggesting that this woman said that she wanted to suck my dick. I'm not suggesting that.
No.
What I am saying is that I don't know what the fuck she said.
We don't know what she said, but she said a pretty spicy statement at the end of it.
But it had the word suck and dick in it. It had both of those in it.
How do you take the things that she asked you to and the statements that she made at the very end? You end with that. And also, it's a whisper. She whispered it in your ear.
Yeah.
So that if she was saying like, "Oh my God, your show sucks dick," or this conversation,
she could have said anything.
She could have said that, but the act, the delivery, that's what leads me to believe it was possibly propositional.
Whatever she said had to do with the last thing that I said to her. I caught a little bit of that at the end.
Fist my ass.
Right?
But you're pissing my mouth.
She, but I'm just telling you, whatever it was, I think it might have been a reference to that happening to me based on the thing that I said to her. I don't think she was suggesting that she was going to do that. She's disgusting. All I heard was fart and pussy. That's the only two things I heard.
Oh, super fucking gross. Hey, how do you think Rob's holding up in Vegas right now? Any type of Vegas predictions? Now, is he hitting the tables?
And I'm not gonna. I think this is for public consumption. He's not alone. I don't think it's
no. It's on his fucking social. Captain America visited.
So she's visiting out there. I don't.
She didn't travel with him. She just happened to be out there same time, so she's bumping into a pal.
Yeah, I don't think that it's any. I don't know. Why would I speculate? It is whatever it is. But I also know that Rob likes to gamble and he likes to play poker. But he also likes to play the other table games. I think she does too. So
does she fucking roll the dice?
I don't know what she plays, but she is a gambler.
Okay.
So I'm interested to because that
one outfit of hers, she was gambling on those fucking latches staying contained all night long. Them heavies were desperately trying to pop that top.
I'm not.
You see the one she took in the bathroom?
No, I didn't.
Hold on.
Give me a little
Christ. Hold on 1 second. Yes. Here we are. Boom, boom, boom. Yoinks. Oh shit. Hold on. Dude, what are we doing here?
Good God.
What the fuck are we even doing? What is that material?
Is it leather?
That's the shit that's on a lunar lander.
Is that even a top?
I know those titties are flame retardant. What is in that, dude? What's happening?
Hold on, move your hand for a second. Okay, all right. Go over one more.
I'm not mad at this at all. I'm just like, God damn,
that's what she's wearing out with Rob right now?
I think they went out and hung out and she just was like, yeah, I'm in town. Let's go fucking have a drink and play a little blackjack.
Hey,
she comes rolling up in that shit.
Rob's not wearing a comparable outfit.
No. What is a comparable outfit to that?
Well, comparable outfit if he was wearing a suit, right?
Yeah, he looked nice.
Or if maybe he was wearing, what else could he be wearing?
I mean, here's tonight's outfit 2 hours ago.
Oh, blow that up.
Jeez, I can't. It's a story.
Oh, I got you.
Oh my God. But yeah, she's fucking getting the full Vegas experience. I mean, what are we doing? I mean, Rob's got some good company.
Yeah, no, I don't know what
we talked about types.
Yes, whatever.
God, Rob just keeps company with 10s. That's it. Just look at that fucking getup. She looks like Chun-Li from Street Fighter.
This is all in Vegas.
This is all Vegas. This is all fucking
Vegas. What she
dude.
do with any outfit changes as Cher? What
I don't
the hell
know.
is happening here?
She goes through more getups than Celine Dion. It's fucking the Sphere. It's amazing. Jesus, she's in great shape. Those fucking calves, dude. She kicked your lungs out of your back.
What day is that?
That was exactly 24 hours ago.
Okay, so that's what she wore yesterday.
Okay, here's
that. When did she wear the red outfit?
The red outfit that was 1 day ago. So that was before that.
So she wore both of those outfits yesterday.
Yeah,
she did an outfit change, and those are the two things she wore.
And Rob's got a shirt on that he probably bought with like Zen bucks or fucking Marlboro miles or something.
Kohl's Cash.
He's got, yes, his TJ Maxx rewards points. No, I saw a picture. I mean, look, he looked nice. You know, Rob's not going to go out looking like shit. Rob looks very nice. But he's not dressing like her.
The ability to do that.
Hold on, let's get a look here. Hold on, here we are. We look at there he is.
Yeah,
he's got a nice Hawaiian shirt on.
Yeah,
hair's done nice.
Right.
But then fucking look at her.
Is she wearing the black dress?
She's wearing the black getup there.
Yeah.
Smells all good. She's rocking them martinis too. That's awesome. Hell yeah.
Well, I'm rooting for him in every aspect.
Every single aspect. On the tables. Rob, sit on the bed. This has been the DLP Agenda.